Top 10 latest trending Turkish drama series to watch in fall 2022. Hi there. It's time for another exciting video. In this video we will talk about top 10 latest trending Turkish drama series. Number 10. Criminals, Turkish title, Cezayir. Psychiatrist Mert Güncel is hospitalized for an experiment pretending to be mentally ill. His goal is to prove to the doctors that he is not sick and to get out of there. This experiment he made for his career turns into an inextricable nightmare in a short time. Number 9. A Fairy Tale, Turkish title, Bir Peri Masali. In the series, Alina Boz gives life to a babysitter named Zeynep. Zeynep, who grew up facing many challenges, partly due to her useless father, will face the biggest test when she stumbles upon a bag of cash. The series will highlight the stark distinction between the rich and the poor. Number 8. To Betray, Turkish title, Aldatmak. It's a story of a distinguished, respected family court judge. An honest and principled woman who has saved many marriages from destruction and made sure that many children receive the affection and love they deserve, and has always been on the side of justice. She thinks that they are an exemplary family with her husband and 2 children. She thinks that her marriage will continue with all the love, happiness, and peace. One day, Gazid accidentally pulls a noose and she starts to realize that her happy family is not a warm home, but a sand castle. Number 7. I Can't Fit Into This World, Turkish title, Ben Bu Çana Sigmasab. Cezayir decides to avenge his brother, who worked for the state and was victim of sabotage, begins a new life by faking his death, but after a while he must return to his past life. As a result of an injury that takes place during one of his operations abroad, he meets Dr. Firozay. Even though he misses his wife and kids back home, he knows that going back to them is nearly impossible. Subsequently, he falls in love with Firozay and creates a new family with her, but shortly after, he is exposed and has to return to Istanbul. Neither his secondary family nor his original family, who wept and prayed at his graveyard, are aware of these developments. Istanbul, on the other hand, is not the same as where he left. He will do his best to fight the foreign forces, but it will also require his energy to be divided between 2 women who are in love with him. Number 6. At the End of the Night or Poison Ivy, Turkish title, Gesinin Yukunda. Mayside, the daughter of a poor family, has studied psychology and seeks to heal others. She falls in love with Kazim, the elder brother of Ahmet, who is the most successful businessman in the country. The injustices she witnessed in his corporate business life push human resources specialist Mayside to look for a way out. Realizing that her salvation can only be achieved by helping others, Mayside decides to embark on the path of healing, which she received from her father when she was a child. Later, he resigned from his job and left Ankara to go to Istanbul to receive education. But will he be able to protect her from the cruelty of the rich and powerful life he created? Will Mayside be able to preserve the purity, innocence and sensitivity she had when she first met Kazım? Watch the series to get the answers. It's available with English subtitles on YouTube. Number 5. Between Me and the World, Turkish title, Dünya ile Beni Meramda. İlkin worries that her boyfriend, a famous actor, is no longer in love with her. One day, she decides to reach out to him from a fake social media account and almost creates the woman who can seduce her lover with her own hands. Number 4. A Little Sunshine, Bir Kutgun Izagi. A self-made woman, Elif owns her own wedding and events organization company and has forged her successful professional career with effort and tenacity. She is happily married to Hakan, the COO of a major company with whom she has yet to have any children. The day Elif considers starting the child adoption process, she receives an unexpected call from the hospital to inform her that her husband had been in an accident. Arriving at the hospital, Elif learns that her husband has died. Soon after, Elif goes from sadness to major surprise after discovering that Hakan has a daughter. Disappointed and distraught, she cannot believe that she was betrayed by her husband for years and has left behind another wife and a daughter, Güneş, who is unable to speak. While she lives a real nightmare, she meets Ferret, a businessman who has been looking for her missing sister for years, and their paths cross inevitably. Number 3. Kingfisher, Turkish title, Yali Kapkini. Halasaga is the owner of a large jewelry empire and the head of the Korhan family. Even though his son Orhan and oldest grandson Fuat run most of the business, he still makes the most important decisions in the company. His younger grandson Ferret, who is the total opposite of his brother Fuat, is a very irresponsible young bachelor who just returned from abroad after completing his studies. Halis can't take any more of Ferret's recklessness and he ordered his widowed daughter-in-law Iftikhar to find him a nice girl to marry. The news that Halis Aga is looking for a bride for his grandson comes like a bolt from the blue into Kazım's mansion in Gaziantep. Kazım's only hope to get rich are his beautiful daughters, Suna and Seyran. After Iftikhar sees Suna and decides she is the right girl for Ferret, and the family goes to Gaziantep to ask for Suna's hand in marriage. But before the ceremony, Ferret and Seyran meet each other without realizing that they are supposed to become brother and sister-in-law, and Ferret is enamored by her. The lives of two sisters change forever when Ferret decides to marry Seyran instead of Suna. While Kazım is glad that he has secured his access to a great fortune, Seyran will be the new bride in a family full of betrayals, lies and secrets. While Suna will start making revenge plans to get back her stolen future, life at the mansion will be even more challenging with the two brothers' power conflicts. Number 2. Life is Today, Turkish title, Hayat Bugün. Based on the American series New Amsterdam, the series will follow the events that subsequently occur after an idealist doctor is assigned to a hospital in the city. Chief physician Bars governor is appointed to Hisarnu Hospital, one of the oldest and most established hospitals in Istanbul. However, Hisarnu, one of the best hospitals of its time, is going through a difficult time. With the arrival of a young and idealistic chief physician, the story of the entire hospital begins to be rewritten. As Bars tries to get the hospital up and running, he will not only struggle with the difficulties in his own life but also enter into a tough battle for his patients along with his colleagues, whose hearts he wins over one after the other. While the path of impossible loves, precious friendships and touching life stories passes through Hisarnu Hospital, Bars will make us believe again in the power of love, hope, and devotion, and will open the doors of the hospital to everyone living in Istanbul. In order to say life is today, one should keep the hopes alive and start over. He will ask only one question: how can I help you? Series number 1, Trap, Turkish name, Tuzak. It tells the revenge story of three brothers Umut, Mahir, and Ame, who had their childhood taken away from them. In a world where it is hard to tell who is good and bad, what is real and what is fake, these three brothers, united by a common goal, will discover about new dimensions of their relationship. On the other hand, siblings Ceren, Güven, and Meet, who strive for their father's approval and place living a comfortable life on top of everything, bond against a common enemy. In the series, as Umut takes revenge against the family he hates, his most significant conflict is Ceren, who he fall in love with. Meanwhile, Güven, who is also in love with Umut, will leave the fate of her family in Umut's hand without knowing his actual intentions.